my top 10 scary films to watch on Halloween. That's coming up. Ugh. Hello and welcome to the Villsey Film Review Show, episode 3, from the relative safety of this abandoned cabin in the woods, or at least the summer house at the end of my garden. On today's show, I'll be counting down my top 10 scary movies to watch on Halloween. First up, a single mother gives her son a much sought after doll for his birthday, only to discover that it's possessed by the soul of a serial killer. In 10, Child's Play. So I saw this when I was a young teenager, I guess, and Chucky, the main character, scared the hell out of me. Anything that comes alive, doll-wise, that wants to kill you, that's pretty scary in my book. I think I stopped playing with any kind of toy after watching this film. It reminds me when I used to visit my grandparents and they used to have a doll that used to face the sofa like it was crying into the sofa, which was kind of a little bit freaky anyways. I was like, well, maybe we can just turn it around, it might be a little bit more pleasant. To my horror, when turning this doll around, it had no face. It was faceless. It looked a little bit something like this. That kind of reminded me of Chucky. It freaked me the hell out. I wonder what Chucky's doing right now. I wonder if he's just like family, kids, works a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, scary. Whether something's out there or not. In 9, a family heads to an isolated hotel for the winter, where an evil and spiritual presence influences the father into violence, while his psychic son sees horrific forebodings from the past and of the future. In number 9, The Shining. Red rum, red rum. Sorry. From the novel written by Stephen King, directed by Stanley Kubrick, and starring Jack Nicholson, this thriller, when I first saw it, all the major scary points, killed me. Absolutely terrified of Jack Nicholson's performance. The more times I watched the film over the years, the psychological theories that play throughout the film certainly gave an extra level of scariness, having me terrified now every time I watch it. What is that? In 8, a married couple grieving over the death of their young daughter are in Venice when they encounter 2 elderly sisters, one of whom is a psychic and brings a warning from beyond. In 8, Don't Look Now. So I should have never watched this film. Still kind of haunts me to this day. Without giving too much away, if I see young kids dressed in red raincoats running around, stay away from me. Don't come near me. Just a warning, you'll freak me out. I'll run away scared. Can probably never visit Venice either. Freaked out for life. It will make sense if you've seen the film. When they say don't look now, you really shouldn't look now because you'll never get rid of that image. Thanks, Donald Sutherland. In 7, when a teenage girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks help from 2 priests to save her daughter. The Exorcist. The power of Christ compels you to watch the rest of this review show. I watched this film alone at night in the dark. The best way to watch it and the best way to freak you out, to make you scared of a teenage girl who just happens to be possessed by the devil. Yeah, I wonder what it feels like to be possessed by the devil. I wonder if you actually remember any of it. To this day, still effective. One of the scariest films of all time, I think. Certainly freaks me out. Not up for being possessed by the devil. That's The Exorcist. What is that? Something outside. Quick! Okay, I've don't know what that was. I've made it into the tool shed, which is quite apt for this next movie. In 6, 2 siblings visit their grandfather's grave in Texas, along with 3 of their friends, and are attacked by a family of cannibalistic psychopaths. In 6, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay, probably my scariest evil, crazy dude in film history, Leatherface, with his chainsaw in the rising sun. This film will make you never want to drive across America. Leatherface and his family are nuts. Killing teenagers. It's always teenagers that get it. Why do we watch these films? They just make you not want to leave the tool shed. Next up, in 1960, 7 outcast kids, known as the Loser Club, fight an evil demon who has possessed a child-killing clown. 30 years later, they reunite to stop the demon, once and for all, when it returns to their hometown. I ain't clowning around. In 5, it. Better not be any clowns in this shed. I'm not sure I even can talk about this. Okay, so not technically a film. I think I saw it as a 2-part mini TV series. I think it's about 3 hours in length. Knock yourself out, watch the whole thing. I haven't watched it probably in a decade. I just can't. Terrified me of clowns. There's some pictures up now. Look at the pictures. I can't even look. I can't look at clowns. I can't be anywhere near clowns. Anything to do with clowns. Clowns coming out of the floor of a shower room. Hovering on lakes. Nah, it's too much for me. It haunts you as a kid, and then it comes back and can haunt you as an adult. Clowns, nah, no thank you. Nah, right, I'm gonna get out of here, because the tool shed's no place to be. You know, try and get to the house and get some sleep, if I can. I'll see you in there. Get out of here! In 4, a group of teenagers are hunted by a cruel serial killer who kills them in their dreams. While the survivors try to find the reason for being chosen, the murderer won't lose any chance to kill them as they fall asleep. The stuff of nightmares. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, so watching this film as a child absolutely terrified me. Just the thought of a serial killer hunting you down in your sleep and no one can do anything about it. If you escape and then you know that he's going to come back in your next dream and trying to stay awake, oh, truly horrifying. Many sleepless nights after watching this film. Just looking at the picture of Freddy Krueger gives me the heebie-jeebies. What was that? Did you hear that? Am I sleeping right now? Oh god. I'm gonna have to go check. It's just me. I couldn't sleep. It's time for a midnight snack and a movie. In 3, ruthlessly murdered by her father, the ghost of the daughter kills all those 7 days after they watch the strange contents of a mysterious videotape, unless the viewer finds the escape clause. In 3, Ringu. Okay, firstly I said Ringu, not Pingu. Poor joke. So Ringu, the original Japanese film, not the American remake, The Ring, which is fine, but nowhere as good as the original or as scary. I saw this film whilst at university, where a group of friends all huddled down in my very, very small hall's room and gathered around the TV that was about this big. And someone had this videotape, said it's a scary Japanese film. based on people watching a videotape and dying 7 days later after they got a phone call. So it sounded like a good idea. So we put the tape in, and I'm horrified within the first 5-10 minutes. Of course, what happened, the film finished and the phone in our hall's corridor rang immediately. It scared the hell out of me. Everyone left my room and I was left alone with that small little TV. Didn't get too much sleep that night. I'm not sure I've watched a VHS tape since, actually. No. Hello? In 2, a year after her mother was murdered, a teenage girl is terrorised by a new killer who targets the girl and her friends by using horror films as part of a deadly game. In 2, Scream. A revamped version of the classic slasher horror movie, reborn in the 90s. As a teenager growing up in the 90s, I thought this perfectly captured the zeitgeist of the era. The music, the fashion, it perfectly summed up kind of the mid-90s. Kind of saw myself as the film geek in the film. It was scary, but it was fun as well. That mask still creeps me out. I hate seeing it, I'll be honest. Kind of the near perfect group horror film to watch on Halloween, I think. Only beaten by a classic. Before I announce my number 1 on the list, here's a rundown from 10 to 2. Ed Rob. The power of Christ. And in 1, in my top 10 scary films to watch on Halloween. Yeah! It has to be Halloween. No plot descriptions here, no spoilers. If you haven't seen the film, watch it this Halloween. And just hope Michael Myers isn't watching you. The perfect scary Halloween film to watch on Halloween. What would make it into your top 10 scary films to watch on Halloween? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more of these videos, then please subscribe down there. And we'll see you next time. Who's knocking on the door this time?